in there, because he will give the ball away, but at least it's not to a centre forward 10 yards from goal.
Yeah, no.
Well, apparently, half of them didn't want to turn out today for training.
According to Magic Azul or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Bob on Twitter.
Yeah. So Simon, obviously we've now got a director of football in Paratici. In my mind, that makes things slightly different, and surely we should have more focus on the football side. We've now got like a dedicated director or senior manager to run the football side. Do you think that's making a difference, or do you think it will make a difference? Or is this just yet another appointment by Levy that will just fall on barren ground?
It depends, isn't it? So if Paratici's been brought in and he's the one with the experience and he's almost, I won't say coaching Nuno, but he's almost providing counsel, and between them they find a way of working and things start to gel together, then great. Nuno's got a sounding board, Paratici's got the experience, things could come together and they could come together well. This is game 6, new manager, new director of football. They brought some new people in. We had a reasonable start to the season. We were very, very happy and excited by that. Yeah. But I am not saying that since the international break, it's a disaster. So they have to work out what's broken and how to fix it. And they need to work out how to do that. And I would hope that with their collective experience, they can work that out. The whole point of him being there, I presume, is to provide that kind of, as you say, that senior management, that coaching, that counsel, if you like, around the whiteboard to work out what's working, what isn't working. And I'm hoping that what Levy's done is recognise the fact that, going to your point, he's giving him a shortish deal. There's a lot of new talent. Maybe they recognise there's some flaws there, so there needs to be, he can't just be left on his own. Needs that air cover in order to help him pull it together,
right?
And then sort of see how we get on after the first season, and then we can always decide to extend his contract if actually this works, because we know Daniels can be a bit of a control freak. For him to bring somebody else in and say, well, I'm going to stand back and I'm not going to try and fiddle, because Daniel Levy isn't a footballing brain.
Absolutely, yeah.
So he needs to put that in place and leave that structure alone and let it settle down. And so time will tell. Now we've got this weekend, and then we're into another international break.
Yes.
So big stock take, and we're starting to think, okay, well, if I don't want us to lose again at the weekend, but if actually we've not won a game from one international break to the other, that's domestically, then that's bad.
But surely that means it's witching hour, isn't it? The international break is okay. The players go off, and then by the way, Nuno, come in my office a minute. Just want to tell you something.
After 7 or 8 games, I mean, it's
I hope not, but I kind of get that impression.
And then
international breaks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the only thing that saves his job, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then not you look at our form. 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. We are complete relegation form, completely bailed out by the fact we managed to string together 3 1-0 wins. It just, and I'm not saying it's disastrous. We've got players, we've got ability. I don't know. Maybe they'll sniff something in the international break and turn it around. But I think that's the only thing that saves him. Conte's still out there. Swallow your pride.
We said this last week, and we maybe thought it was down to a couple of games, but again, the stats are showing 18th on goals, 20th on shots, 20th from open play. 19th on shots allowed, 19th on distance covered. These are all relegation statistics. So, but the problem is, going back to Paratici, it's his man. If we're led to be, to believe what we've been told is that this wasn't the appointment that particularly Levy wanted. This is the appointment that Paratici wanted. And if that is the case, then his reputation somewhat depends on this man succeeding. So he may have to put a strong case to either, he's going to go one of two ways. He's going to put a strong case. Let's stick with it. This is part of the rebuild. It's going to be tough until we get past this process. Or he's gonna have to say, look, this hasn't worked out. I'm going to be looking for someone now, and
or
maybe
there's a third option: Paratici walks, because
I don't think that would be the case. I think that's
been too embarrassing for him.
I think that yeah, but I think Levy will want Paratici to work, and I think what he's done in terms of the overarching process of not only looking at the club top to bottom in terms of lots of management layers, but also the recruitment and the outgoings. It at the moment it would be brain dead to get rid of someone like him.
Of course.
So I think obviously the manager is always the most in jeopardy, but really Paratici needs this appointment to work.
He does, and I think everything that we've referenced there has been kind of short-termism, because that's the way football is. But Paratici obviously has another side, and he'll be thinking strategically about what he needs to do at Spurs, not so much who the manager is, but he'll be thinking about transfer windows, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 ahead, and thinking about who are we bringing in, who are we letting leave during those windows, so that he can actually build and put a plan together for the board and advise accordingly and say, look, if we do this, then we can bring ourselves, up from 20th of shots in the Premier League up to 17th, things like that. Real achievements.
How long was he at Juventus for?
10 years.
10 years. So going back to 2011, I was just trying to look at their managers. So they had Conte.
Yeah, he
3 years.
Yeah, he appointed Conte.
Yes, they had Conte for 3 years. Then it looks like they had Massimiliano
Allegri,
for 5 years, and then they had a gap for a year. They obviously, I don't know if that was under his guidance, but appointed Pirello for a couple of months, and then back to Allegri. So he doesn't seem to really give that bigger contracts, really.
No, but he bought a lot of players. There was a massive amount of, in fact, Swiss
transfers.
Ramble today issued Juve's accounts, and they're in serious trouble. And it looks
he won't get that past Daniel.
No, exactly. I was thinking the same, actually. He's never going to put us in serious trouble, is he?
No chance.
Here's a damning thing. Matt Law has said that during the Tottenham's managerial search, Graham Potter had no interest in risking his flourishing reputation under Daniel Levy.
But I'm not surprised by that at all. In fact, I'm sure Potter didn't think that exactly, but I bet he thought, that is a poison chalice going into the Spurs job. Yeah, that's
surely.
Much work.
Yeah, how can you not though look at this club and think actually it could be a poison chalice, but it also could be the absolute making of you as a manager if you could turn this club around.
Of course,
there's so much here.
But surely, what you would like to do is take over from Pochettino had he left with a successful team. That's what you want to do. You want to. I mean, Potter must be thinking, well, if I'm not saying that this would be the case, but if Klopp left, maybe there'd be a chance at Liverpool. I don't know. I mean, probably not. But, surely there are better, easier options than taking over Spurs, which is constantly going through this rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably why, going back to Paratici again, that why he's employed him, because Daniel's probably reason that he's now, he's recognised and he's not a football brain, as Simon pointed out. He needs the right people around him now, because he's got so many decisions on that Wrong is one word, I suppose, but his focus has not been that, and it really hasn't. It's been making the club bigger on the global stage in business sense, and also developing the infrastructure of the club. And even though he's openly admitted taking his eye off the ball in terms of the squad development, that's never been his thing. So really, some of the successful recruitment we did have was under people like, I know it's a bit hit and miss, but when we had Comely and when we had Baldini, some of those purchases, as are always going to be, 50% of them are always going to be hit and miss. But there were more successful periods. And I think you needed someone to do that job again. And with the top guy at Juventus, it was a smart appointment, I think. But he's got to then stop interfering. And that's one of the problems. If he can't stop interfering, he may as well not have appointed him.
Yeah, there's no evidence that he is interfering at the moment. It's just whether...
Twitter says he is, so
that must be true.
Well, yeah, that's true, actually. I forgot all about that. Yeah, that's true.
Jamie Carragher on Monday Night Football's properly laying into the Spurs midfield, as we've just done. He said there was less space on the moon. And there's a picture. It's actually seek it out afterwards. It's ridiculous. There's our back four, kind of centre backs either side of the semicircle in their own half, full backs either side of that, and then every other player is in the Arsenal back line.
Do you know what winds me up is that this has been the accusation levelled at our club for years, and Pochettino put it to bed for a few years because we weren't a soft touch under him. But ever since that, and also before that, that's what everyone laughs at us for. Why don't those players have enough about them to say, okay, some of us at HIT might not be the best players, but I'm certainly not going to be a pushover. I'm certainly not going to be that player that everyone laughs at and says, basically, he doesn't put a shift in, he doesn't get stuck in, he doesn't do everything he possibly can. Like Souness was saying, for all his faults yesterday, he never had to be told by the manager, how much he should put in. He said it was his personal pride. He went out there because he knew he had to do the best job that he could every single game. You could understand it if we had a team of, like, let's say 9 of them who did that and a few that didn't. But it's like the vast majority don't do that. Like you feel like they need psychologists, they need an arm round or a kick up the ass every time. It's like where is their personal drive? And where was, like yesterday, there was no fight in any of them.
Yep. Totally missing. Yeah. Totally missing. So are there any other bits that we want to talk about on this?
No.
Do you have any on your list, Lee? You normally have a big list of stuff. No, you don't want to talk about anything else, do you? So we've got a game on Thursday night, NS Mura. Do we want to do some predictions for that? Anybody bothered?
I know nothing about them. Absolutely nothing.
You don't know anything about them? No. NS Mura.
So I've not.
I don't know what country they're from, but I'm sure they're.
I don't even know which country they're from. And that's I know
I think they're from Europe.
I'm just disappointed we were not playing into your mum. And
I was disappointed that they didn't get that in the draw.
Yeah. Slovenian, is that right?
Are they?
Am I looking at the wrong thing? NS Mura, Mura.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Slovenian.
Oh.
Founded. Oh my God, can't be right. Founded in May 2012.
It's like a Red Bull side, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. What does the NS stand for then? NutraSweet or something?
That's it's long words in
nice sweeties.
long Slovenian words, which is why they're just called NS Mura.
You can tell. You can bet your bottom's dollar they're going to turn up with an attitude that they want to do us, and our boys are going to turn up.
100%.
All about this, aren't they?
100%. So, and they are going to do, and so they should. Their stadium capacity is 3,700 people, right? So I'm just on their Wikipedia page. So the fact is, they are absolutely going to show up because they'll be watching it, going, "Oh my God, they've been, Spurs have been skinned last however